Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Under Embargo with Chelsea. Now, today we're going to be finally getting into things. We've got the first game of the season at home against Watford, which should be a home banker, and I'm not used to that in these types of saves, coming into things and having to win straight off the bat. But that's the task we've got ahead of ourselves, because I tried to negotiate with the board to maybe say, wouldn't it be nice if we just made the Europa Leagues? Wouldn't that be lovely, lads? And they went, no, absolutely not. So that meeting went well. I also tried to let them sort of make me not play such possession football, because with the style I want to try and play, and more on that in a minute, we might not get that much possession, but we'll see about that. Now, the reason I'm starting on the dynamic screen is because it doesn't really spoil anything, because we haven't signed anybody. That was unlikely to happen when you've got a transfer embargo hanging over you, but you can see that we haven't lost anybody either, which is kind of nice. I do wonder what's kind of happened with that. We didn't even have any bids for players, which does make me wonder if the way FM interprets the transfer window is a bit different because of the embargo thing, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Hazard left just before. I'm not entirely sure, but we didn't have any offers for our players, not one. A few little loan stuff, and there's a couple of players like McEachran's gone out on loan, for example, to Crewe. But other than that, I think we're kind of with the same squad, and we've kind of had to because, well, a lot of players have been on holiday, and a lot of them only return on the 28th of July, which means a lot of the first few games, big injury as well, were playing with a very sort of shoestring squad, and a lot of players like Willian and Pulisic, they just weren't available. So that's kind of a bit annoying, because I really wanted to use both of those, quite frankly. And some of the defenders as well just weren't around. I also brought David Zappacosta back from loan from Roma just to give us a little bit more depth, because we are going to struggle in that area this season. Mate, got to get 3 in the midfield, 1 up top, such depth in the midfield, rather than an aging Giroud and an inconsistent Mishi and a potential of Tammy. Well, the problem is, you've just named all 3 of our strikers, so we're going to have to use them at some point. And the other thing is, that system, I'm pretty certain, would be pretty much kind of how Chelsea play in real life. I don't really know. I'm not that huge knowledgeable about that. But that is very similar to how I played for the entirety of FM19 on my saves, and I really wanted to deviate from that, and I think that's kind of what I've done. I've forced myself to try and develop a different style of football, because I'm too prone to just go and play it out from the back and play with that sort of 4-2-3-1 or a 4-1-2. You know what I mean? Thought we'd just take you straight over to the sort of screen here, so you can see how our friendlies have gone. I'll just show you what's happened briefly on these, because there's kind of a story to this as I was kind of developing the tactic, and I'll show you what we're going to be playing, hopefully, this season anyway. And I think we're on a reasonably right track here. So obviously under 23s, you can read a little into that. I was just experimenting with stuff, and then very much experimenting against Osijek. We were still pretty solid in this game, but considered the late equaliser, bit annoyed. But after that, obviously against worse opposition, fair enough, but we were able to put, 6s and 5s past teams. The key thing I was looking for, though, in these games, and unfortunately I can't show it because it's a bit of a pain in the arse, is higher number of chances created, decent cross completion levels, a limited number of fouls conceded, which I think that's quite important to limit our own exposure ourselves, and the number of chances we were giving up. So a decent number of shots on target as well, not too many long shots, even though long shots can be a bit OP. I don't really want to be playing into that. We're going to develop a nice set piece strategy, which I think I've sort of done. I saw a few goals from set pieces, so we kind of worked our way into that as well. Team from, the German second tier, comfortably beat them, should have been 3 or 4-0, basically. They scored a long range strike. We were absolutely phenomenal. I think we created 7 chances in this match. Could have got more goals in this one. Pedro, Abraham, and of course Batshuayi in there. Now you might notice that Giroud's oddly missing. Well, that's because he got injured in, what game was it? Was it the Kings Lynn Town game? Yes, it was. Giroud picked up a knee ligament injury in the Kings Lynn Town game and is going to miss 3 months of the season, which is just great, because I'd just given him a 1-year extension on his deal along with Pedro and Willian. Not because the club was saying, don't do that. But I only gave them 1 year, and the reason for that is as well, because of our embargo, I wanted to make sure that we could at least tie down some of these guys, just in case the right sort of players don't come through in the right areas. I wanted to make sure that we got the likes of Willian, Giroud, and Pedro available, just in case things go all shit. Sorry, we will get going properly. I just wanted to kind of do a bit of admin before we get into the first game of the season, because it's not like I've got a lot of off-camera stuff to show you like I would normally do. Also, Chelsea fans, I don't know much about the way Chelsea have played this year, but let me know, how is your season actually going? Because for me, it looks pretty damn cool. Some of the results you've been getting out of Lampard, okay, sure, there was the odd little slightly iffy one here and there, but it looks to be pretty damn solid, particularly even in the defence now. So without any further ado, let's have a little look at the team selection. Now, I just did the one in the main menu that sort of gives you an option. I'm actually not going to play this lineup. I'm going to firstly switch these 2 over. Now, this was designed for Olivier Giroud, but I think Tammy Abraham is still pretty capable of playing the role. I would maybe prefer him to be on attack, but I don't want to unbalance the team too much. As for Tomori, there's no way in hell he's playing that. I would rather probably have Reece James, I want to give him some time once he's back from injury. Tomori, there's no way in hell he's going to play that. Zappacosta picked up a slight knock in training, so he's probably not going to play that. On the left-hand side, we've got Alonso and Emerson. I really like Emerson. I'm not going to lie, I really like Emerson. But Marcos Alonso's got amazing set-piece delivery, so I might start with him today instead. Kante and Kovacic in the middle. I mean, this is the thing. We've got a wealth of opportunities with Kovacic, Jorginho, Mason Mount, Ross Barkley, Van Hinkel. So many players can play this role. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with that. That's going to be our lineup. So, tactically, I actually started off with a tactical style from a base and then just built on it. And by that I mean completely bastardized it and changed almost the entire thing. But hear me out. So positive mentality. We can obviously up that to attacking in certain situations, but I didn't want to be going all out all the time. I wanted that to be an option, and I wanted a tactic that would kind of be not an all one size fits all, but something we could work around and not have to constantly change things up. So I think a positive approach is something I really want to work on. We can change that to if we're on the back foot and stuff, but we can also push forward if we need to. As for possession, we're actually going a bit more direct because I want to be hitting those balls to our two tall strikers. Now, admittedly, Batshuayi isn't quite the target man that Giroud is, so a lot of those balls are going to be going to Tammy Abraham, which is fair enough. A higher tempo, getting those balls out wide, passing into space, because we've got those fullbacks bombing on as well, so we're going to be overloading the wide areas. I did try it without hitting early crosses. The problem I found was that they'd get into really good crossing positions, and they'd keep pulling the ball back, which is something you're going to notice a lot of. But now with hitting early crosses, they still do it, and it allows you to work the ball into the box, so you're not just giving the ball away so much. But I also find they'll put a nice, yummy ball in occasionally, sometimes even picking out their opposition fullback, and it seems to, yeah, that seems to work quite nicely. Very, very wide, as you would imagine. So very, very different to the types of play that I'm used to, as those of you that watch my previous saves know that this is not how I normally play games on FM. It's the exact opposite, and that's why I'm pushing myself to do it. As for transition, counter, distribute quickly, but look, distribute to target man. I thought to myself, is this something I really want to be trying? Originally, we were looking at distributing to the flanks, but the problem is our wide men aren't tall enough, and most of the time we're getting beaten in the air by the left backs. Not sure about this, might just leave this for now. I've been playing around with it, but nothing's really taken any effect. What I was doing is each friendly, I'd break them into 30-minute sections and try different stuff out, and I had a little spreadsheet to my right, and I was just looking at little things that made a difference, and some stuff did, some stuff didn't. Again, that could be down to basic anomalies, but that's kind of the way I've kind of built this up with a sort of statistical approach, so to speak. Out possession, we're actually going to play a standard defensive line with a lower line of engagement to compress that midfield. We're not going to press too highly. They're going to lump the ball sometimes, but we've got a reasonable defensive line to deal with that. No offside traps, no funny business, but we're still going to press the ball urgently in that centre of the park because we've only got two midfielders here. So a lot of these players are going to get pushed back just to try and compress that area. That seems to work quite nicely. I might try a slightly wider defence depending on how we come up against other teams. That's kind of all we've got for that. The instructions on the players, I haven't added any myself, so they're kind of just basic for the role so far. But I might change that as things go along because, for example, Willian likes to cut inside, and that goes against the role of the winger. But when he does that, Azpilicueta can run beyond him, so it's kind of a bit of both ways. He does get in the way, though, if he runs inside, so Pulisic might be the better approach for that for now. It's really, really nice. We also look solid from corners. Here's a little tip for you. 6-yard box. Get a big striker. Get one at the far post, one to lurk near post, then whack a ball into the 6-yard box with a decent sized centre back in there, and you're kind of covering all the bases. And I found that the 6-yard box crosses seem to be a decent way of getting results. It might just be that that's because of the players I've got or the teams I was playing against, but that does seem to be quite an effective strategy from corners. We scored a decent amount with a player peeling away from the post and heading it towards goal from behind. Watford play a very defensive system, and that kind of plays right into my hands because I feel like this is designed because we're often going to be on the top in matches. That's fine. But we are going to type mark Will Hughes. That's the one thing we're going to do because he is clearly their playmaker in that team. And Pereira is also going to be cutting towards the centre. And since we've got no defensive midfielders, that could be an area they're going to target. So with that in mind, we're going to also go in on Pereira and press him, but not mark him or anything like that. Oh, wow. Look at this. Did you see that? There was a press conference thing there in the background. I think this is still because it's in beta. There's a few screens that are a bit glitchy. I'm going to switch over to the TCS skin when I get the chance because I don't really like the default. There's a few things I really want to change about it. Players still don't really like me enough yet to be... That's not bad, actually, to be fair. Right then, let's go. Right, that's another thing. The screens keep resetting themselves, which is very, very annoying because I'll put up like what I want on that main match screen and it will just disappear every single time. Bit annoying. We're going to have to change that for every single game. But there you go. So, off we go. First game of the season. You can see that immediately spreading that ball out wide. You're going to see a lot of that, but you'll see what I mean about the way we can recycle possession once we actually get some of it. Right, so this is what I mean. Like, it will reset to this every single match for some reason. Not a lot of possession so far, but that will tend to come back and Marcus Alonso. What a bloody free kick. I put him in the team because he's a good set piece taker. I think he has 16 free kicks. That is an absolute belter from Marcus Alonso. Look at this for a strike. Whips that. Whoa. Absolute. Wow. What a hit that is. But yeah, he's very good from those. Oh, what a ball over the top. And Tammy Abraham's through. Can he fit? Oh my God, he's taking his time over that for some reason. I don't really know what he was doing there. Created a good chance though. Definitely looking like the stronger of the two teams, but he should have done better there. Azpilicueta's ball. And Kovacic, and that is a lovely, lovely goal. Kovacic makes it 2-0 to Chelsea after just 11 minutes offside. What? Was Batshuayi offside? I don't know why it's showing me this. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. I suppose he's just about in the way. That's really annoying. That is super annoying. We should be 2-0 up there. It's a lovely finish from Kovacic. Now he's been dispossessed. And oh my God, what a strike. Hits the crossbar. Abraham's lost it. He's dispossessed the defender. He's got to finish this time. Abraham, what a strike, and again, well saved by the goalkeeper, but again, the creativity has been excellent today. We really should be winning by at least, one goal. Abraham now puts it in, and it's 2-0 to Chelsea, and there we go. Marcos Alonso this time with the assist, Tammy Abraham with a lovely goal from a corner. That's really, really nice. This is what I mean about... Wait, why do we not get a replay? Replays are on. It's the beta. It's the beta. That's all I can really say about it. It's the beta. Give it some time. Kovacic. This is actually the best performance I've seen from us so far. Even better than against PSG. Admittedly, PSG, much better team. Marcos Alonso whipping it out wide for Pulisic again. He's going to drive at the defence. Can he find a ball in? And he finds Pedro. Marcos Alonso! What a save that is from Ben Foster. We have turned up tonight. Could probably be 4-0 up by now. We've had 2 1-on-1s with Tammy Abraham. We've had a goal disallowed as well. There's a lot of chances coming for us tonight. Ball in. Batshuayi. And that could be a penalty. Video referee awards a penalty. Tammy Abraham's going to take it. Jorginho not on the pitch, of course. Come on, Tammy. Make it 3 after 27 minutes. Tammy Abraham steps up. And it's well saved on the rebound. Puts it in, and it's 3-0 to Chelsea. What an opening half an hour here. And it comes out to Pulisic. Ball across, and Batshuayi makes it 4-0 at the back post. Again, this screen is glitching out. It's the beta. Give it a chance. We are 4 up against Watford inside half an hour. Even in my wildest dreams, I did not imagine the start of the season going this well. Could we do what City did? Look at this from Pulisic, by the way. First time ball in, Batshuayi, wonderful header, and now it is 4-0. Few too many long shots for my liking, and the fact we could be 7 up. We had a goal disallowed, and Tammy Abraham missed 2 1-on-1s. What a first half. So, not a lot of possession so far, and it hasn't really mattered. And the great thing about having Kovacic and Jorginho is that we can actually rotate them around a little bit and not have to worry so much about, injuries and stuff. We can rotate this team around. The one area where I'm a bit concerned is if we were to get another striker injury. That would start to get a little bit concerning because then we'd really be lacking players. Capoue, Pereira. Oh, what a tip over from Kepa. Mostly long shots from Watford, but Kepa's keeping them out. Hopefully we can build something up here. Marcos Alonso. I might get Emerson on in a bit. Kovacic. Alonso. See, even though we're on hit early crosses, we're still able... Oh, and Pulisic with a lovely ball there. I feel like we are going to concede goals playing like this. There's going to be, overloads that other teams will get against us, but I feel like there's more chance for us to score by doing it. Look at this, winning the ball off them here. Batshuayi's in. Can he finish? He doesn't. He's tinked it over the crossbar. What are you doing, Mishi? Oh, here we go. Marcos Alonso again. Back post. And it's in. We've scored another one. It's Christensen, I think, this time at the back post, is it? It is Christensen. 5-0 to Chelsea over Watford. Again, don't read too much into it because I suppose it's Watford, but what a ball in from Marcos Alonso. And this time it was at the back post, actually. Even though he was supposed to be aiming it in the centre, but there you go. Out wide and intercepted by Pedro. Nice. And Pulisic out wide. Can he get the shot away? He might. Great save again from Ben Foster. Pulisic has had some good shots today. And Azpilicueta straight across. Right, I'm going to make some earlier subs today because we're 5-0 up. Jorginho's going to come on for Kovacic, just to freshen things up there. We're going to get Emerson on as well, and we'll leave the other sub just in case there's an injury. Literally nothing. We've not had a single highlight since I made those substitutions. The game is just shut down, basically. And that's all right with me. Emerson, I find, is a bit more... He seems to be a bit more kind of dynamic than Alonso, but Alonso's got such wonderful set-piece delivery. Pulisic, can he dig one out? Goes back for Azpilicueta. Oh, what an effort that would have been. A few more long shots as well. Edge of the box for Azpilicueta again. Around the side for Pulisic, and again, a beautiful stop. Pedro's ball, cleared away. Pulisic is unlucky not to have a goal today, I've got to say. He's done really, really well. Foster lumps one into the channel to nobody, and we should clear that up nicely. And it's going to be a 5-0 victory. My God, what an opening day victory. Chelsea 5, Watford 0. And look at the chances. 5 clear cuts, 3 half chances, 38% cross completion as well. Really, really nice to see. A foul there, and come on, just blow the whistle, Chris. There we go. Chelsea 5, Watford 0. We go top of the league after match day 1. Couldn't have really asked for more than that, really. 2 goals for Tammy Abraham, 1 for Batshuayi. Tammy Abraham should have had a hat-trick in this one. Goals from set pieces, goals from free kicks, goals from open play, chances from open play as well. Absolutely phenomenal performance. That's probably going to be the crowning moment of this series already, isn't it? Wow. Maybe a few too many fouls, but we also we earned a lot of fouls, and that's really, really nice when we've got excellent players from set-piece delivery. It makes a lot of difference for us. So pleased with the performance in that game. Marcos Alonso, 2 goals and an assist. Holy Christ. I'm super pleased with that. Liverpool also won 5-0. Whoa, we got a lot of achievements. You obviously can't see that, but that is a lot of achievements. What a start to the season. So, where do we go from here? That is the question. Next episode is a bit of a no-brainer, really. It needs to be Liverpool at home. It has to be. Now, it's because it's slightly closer, I would normally, but I want to show you big games, really. And if it happens to fall there, it happens to fall there, to be honest. So, Liverpool off camera, Newcastle and Wolves as well. The Super Cup, I'm probably going to play a rotated squad with lots of youngsters because I actually don't care about the Super Cup at all, and neither do the board. I want to focus on Newcastle and getting another 3 points on the board before travelling to Wolves. That Liverpool game is huge, but frankly, I feel like we could go into that with 3 wins on the bounce in the league potentially. Solid defensively, great going forward, goals from all over the pitch, from every avenue, and it is marvellous to watch. So, if you've enjoyed this and you're looking forward to the first season, I really hope you are at this point, drop a like. It really does help the channel out. If you don't normally, feel free to do it. It would be really, really nice, because I'm just trying to grow the channel out a little bit, try and bring new people into the types of saves that I like to do, like Notts County, and I think this is the best way to do that. So, yeah, and if you're new to the channel and this is your first video of mine that you're watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will subscribe for more. See you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.